Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a running light. So the one bad thing about this time of year is it gets really dark really early, and so if you're getting off work and you want to go for a run, you want to make sure cars can see you, make sure that basically you're identified as a person on the side of the road so you don't get hit. So every year, unfortunately, people get hit running, biking, walking their dog, and that sort of thing on the side of the road. It's not just a running light. It's just a light that you want to make sure you have on in case you're walking on a dark sidewalk near a road, or running on the side of the road, or walking on the side of the road. So this time of year is especially one of those times of year where it's not light out until 9 o'clock at night, so you can get all your stuff done before the sun actually sets. And so I bought this to make sure that I was safe. So even last year, a gentleman in our area was running early morning in the dark, and I ended up getting hit by a car and dying. So having something like this, helps prevent that. Obviously, you still got to be, aware of your surroundings. You're still, obviously vulnerable from a car if you're walking or riding or running. So you want to make sure you take every precaution you can. So this, and I'll probably pronounce this wrong, Sgodde is the running light that I have. What I like about this is it's rechargeable for one. There's been a lot of times I've been running and using something that's battery powered. It absolutely sucks when the battery drops and you're in the middle of a run and it's dark outside and you can't see anything. It's not safe, and you don't want to trip over anything and hurt yourself, or you just want to know what's around you and your surroundings. So I bought this rechargeable one. It honestly doesn't recharge that fast. It recharges in 5.5 hours, which seems like a long time, but I don't do back-to-back runs. So I go for a run, I plug it in when I get home, I'll go for a run the next day or the next morning. So that's never really a problem for me, the rechargeable time. It's good for about 3 to 5 hour run. And when I say 3 to 5 hours, it's because it has a low and a high beam. So obviously low beam is going to take less power. You're going to get more battery life out of it. I always run on the high beam. To be honest, if I'm running for 3 hours, that's not usually the case. It's not usually what I'm up to. So what I also like about this is it's not a headlight. So a lot of people run with headlights on. For one is, it itches me. I don't want to put a running hat on and then have something on my head. And two is, when you're running, you're kind of jostling, so it bounces more. And so your light kind of bounces around more. The only thing I like about a headlamp is that if you hear something, you can turn and it lights that area, and your headlamp will do that. I'm really not that paranoid about what's around me. I'm more concerned about tripping and falling, making sure that cars can see me from behind, and making sure that they can see me with a light on the front as well. So that's my main concern. And this does not jostle around at all. So it's a chest light. So how it really works is you have a light. This is your back light. So when you actually turn on your headlamp or your front light, your back light's on. So this will be on your back. And you can see it actually has an indicator. So right now it's 3 bars charged. So I know that I'm about halfway dead on my battery, a little bit. I have a little bit better than that. And it blinks like that. So in the dark, you could see that if somebody's pulling up behind you, you can see that you have a red light on the back of you, and they know that you're there, or they at least can see that you're there. So, and then the front has got a headlight on it, or a chest light on it. So the chest light has, sorry about that, I'm almost blinding you in the camera. So I'm going to point it down, but it has a high and a low beam. So high beam is this, low beam is this. Try that again. Low beam is this. Okay, and that's really it. The other nice thing about it is it has like a 120 degree adjustment. I always really adjust it so I can see about 10, 15, maybe 20 feet in front of me. So I kind of like the sidewalk in front of me. I don't need it to be lit right at my feet because I want to see what's kind of coming up. But I also like to have it pointed out a little bit, so if there's any low branches and I'm running on a sidewalk, that I don't take a branch to the face or head or whatever. But as I mentioned, this is great for if you're walking dogs, you're riding a bike, anything that you really need to identify yourself when it's a little bit darker out. So it's not just for running, but for me it works really well. So what you have to do to get this on, let me just show you, is it really is like a 3, you can choose kind of how you want to do it from a shoulder strap kind of way, but so it has you put your 2 arms through, and it's elastic, which is really kind of nice because it holds kind of tight to you, but it doesn't constrict you when you're running. So you don't feel like it's really lightweight, so you don't feel like something's sometimes you have those chest straps and you have your heart monitored. I hate that, right? Because it's pretty tight on your chest, and I don't want to restrict myself when running. And so you could choose if you're more comfortable having the strap on this side or on that side, but at the end of the day, this is how it fits you. And then it has adjustable straps, which are reflective as well, but you know, honestly, they're gonna see the lights far before they'll see the reflectors. And they're adjustable. So I never put mine that tight because when I run, it doesn't bounce around, and that's what I really like about it, right? Is that it doesn't do that. And then you can adjust your light. So again, I'm pointing down, this is high beam, but you can go a little bit further out, a little bit further out. So it has multiple settings. So I usually kind of light straight in front of me, you know, so hopefully I'm not blinding you in the camera. I don't know why you'd ever want to light up, but it has, you can go up, but I usually light pretty much straight on in front of me for it. And then, depends where I'm at. If there's a bunch of street lights, I'll low dim it. And the reason I low dim it is because I still get some of the benefit of in between the lights, the street lights, I still get the benefit of having the red on my back. So here's what the red on the back looks like. And then if I turn on my light, boom, and it still stays lit. So I'll show you this in kind of a dark closet just so you can get an idea of what it's like, but that's really what I like about it. And then, hopefully you can see me, I'm not too high for you, but, and then like I said, when you run, it's nice because it doesn't move around. Like I've tried headlamps, right? Maybe I'm just a weird runner, right? But at the end of the day, with a headlamp on, when I'm running, I feel like the light's kind of doing this. And you don't get that effect when you have a chest light. So I really like this. This is $18, so 18, 19 bucks. Well worth the money. It's rechargeable with any USB. You charge it on your computer with a USB or a plug or whatever. You could charge it. And with a 3 to 5 hour runtime with it, it's fantastic. So again, I run with it, plug it in, and with all my stuff, my headphones I wear and that sort of thing. And then I charge it and run with it the next day. So the other thing I'm pretty cautious about, especially when it's low visibility, I don't really run with a lot of music on. So if you plug your ears with music and you're running, you can't hear cars coming up behind you, you can't hear, you know, whatever, a bear in the woods, whatever it is, right? You want to be kind of cautious of your surroundings. So knowing several people that have gotten hit on bikes and running and things like that, I don't usually wear any music or anything that kind of plugs my ears and restricts my hearing when running. So just my suggestion to stay safe doing it. But this is $18. You can buy it on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. It's well worth the 18 bucks. It lasts really well and that sort of thing. The only issue I ever have with anything elastic is if you sweat a lot, you have to clean it. So that's really the only real issue I found with this. Besides that, charge is really easy. I like that it identifies you from front and back, and so I would highly recommend it. So it's an easy purchase for 20 bucks on Amazon. So check out the description below, and I'll probably cover some other things I use for running as we start going into that darker time of year when it's, you know, dark at 5, 6 o'clock at night, and you still got to get some stuff done. I'll cover some more of the things that I use for running as my tools. Anyways, that's it for me. See you next time. Give us a thumbs up and like the video. If you've used something else that you like, I know a lot of people like the neon ones too, the neon vests. Sgodde, if I'm saying that right, has a lot of different features and products that are out there. So give it a check, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.